Welcome to the Purposeful Fitness with Coach Ola, where I dive in deeper into holistic health and fitness topics that would help you stay inspired, motivated, and dedicated to living a purposeful fit life while pursuing for the Akhirah. Hey everyone, welcome to episode number 43. I am so excited to have you back on track with the podcast and share with you guys the updates, what's coming up, what's happening, and what direction I'm heading into within Be Fit for Akhirah. So if you have had the chance to listen to my first two episodes of this podcast, you understand my story and you understand how I like to be real, like to be honest, and like to share the reasons on why I make the choices within my brand. Number one, Be Fit for Akhirah was started with an idea, with a calling inside, with something that I believed in deeply, and faith is something I stand up to, mental health, spiritual health, all of that, and there's a story behind Be Fit for Akhirah coming along together. Now the story is kind of changing, but the narrative is still the same from the past, but a new narrative is coming along within my life and impacting my branding messaging as well. So the title of this episode says The Struggles of Swimming for the Women and Men Who Choose to Cover Up and Why I'm Standing Up for Them. So the main points that I will talk about here are going to be why it's important for me to come out and speak up about it, what happened with me in 2018, what I went through in 2019, why all of a sudden now in 2020, the struggle and how important it is for us to understand what people might be going through. And of course, I'm so excited, the free course that I launched this week. So without further ado, are you guys ready? On your mark, get set, drum rolls please. And let's do this. All right, so why is it then important for me to come and talk about swimming and the modesty and the coverage and standing up for people like that, like myself? Because number one, yes, I do wear the headscarf, aka the hijab. Yes, I wear like long sleeve pants, what have you. But I also, because I love the water, love the aquatics, and love swimming. If you had the chance to listen to the Purposeful Fitness Journey episode that I recorded as well, you will notice the sound of the ocean, the song from Moana, the calling for the water. So like if I'm able to live in the ocean, I would love to, but that's how much I love this is sport and this environment. And that's exactly why I'm literally talking about it, because something I feel is an important topic to talk about. So what happened with me in 2018? Well, in 2018, I applied to work at a local school for swimming for little kids, and one of the employees pulled me on the side after like all the parents left, after all the kids left, and she pretty much like downplayed me that I can't be something or I can't do something based on what I wear. So she started her conversation by asking me like, oh, do you know a local place that has like an indoor pool closed, no one can see you, you can take your headscarf off, you can enjoy it to yourself. And then like she goes on and on by such as, how many laps have you swam like this before? And did you know that so-and-so recreation center don't hire women in a burkini? And FYI, I don't even wear burkini. Regardless, I was so mad, and I just like looked her up. Like I looked at her like, who the heck are you to tell me this? So she left, and then I went to the manager on duty for the training at that time, and I told what happened. She was so upset with me and for me, so she asked me to please document it and like send an email. I went back home. It was on a Sunday. I told my mom about it. Our neighbor was at visiting us, so I told them what happened, and they were like, oh, don't report it, like let it go, forget about it. They were so scared for me, and I was like, what? That makes no sense. So then the next day I told the story again to my manager at another place I work at, and then he was like, so pretty much you were being bullied. And I thought about it like, wow, yes. And I never like to bring things back to like, you know, religion or like, you know, gender or ethnicity background, like what have you. I don't like to say that because I'm so and so. That's why she treated me like that. Before typing up the document, like what happened, I called the recreation center just to confirm the statement. And that recreation center, the aquatic director, told me like, what? That we need instructors. Go get certified and we will hire you. So that was like the light bulb moment that turned on. And I told myself, okay, I am going to go get certified. I'm going to get hired. I'm going to work. I'm going to teach other people how to swim. And that was 2019. So I knew the prerequisites for the course would require you to swim like 25 yards of backstroke, butterfly, side stroke, elementary, backstroke, freestyle. Did I forget anyone? So like all the strokes, okay? And I was like, okay, I got this. I started practicing, keeping up with my, like, I started practicing just to make sure so I can pass the prerequisites. I didn't know it's going to be like, they were going to be so picky about it. So I was like, oh, whatever, and I will just pass this course. So I signed up for it, and here comes the assessment for the prerequisites, and oh my gosh, I was so embarrassed in front of everyone, in the class, especially the instructors. They're like, oh my gosh, she's horrible. She can't swim. And I was so embarrassed because my backstroke, the only stroke that I had correctly was the backstroke. The rest were off. It was so bad. Like my breaststroke was completely off. The pattern was off. I did not pull. I didn't even glide. My kick was off. My freestyle was obviously completely off as well. Like not my leg part, but just like my arm catch recovery. That was completely wrong. And butterfly, I knew that was just like gonna be so bad. So after the assessment, I was so embarrassed. I was like, no, please, like I have to be in this class. You have no idea what this means to me. I need to pass. Like, please let me be in this class. And so she not just like saw, but she heard like my deep call, like crying, like I have to be here. So she saw how persistent I was. So she allowed me to stay. But on a term where I had to work on the strokes for the second assessment, like no, she will reassess me to see if it got any better. So I had like literally, guys, limited time. I was running out of time. I had to get it right within like few weeks until the course was over, because there was a written exam and there was like a stroke exam. And oh my god, it was Ramadan time too, so fasting with swimming. I was like, nope, I am gonna pass this, like no matter what. And I would practice on the strokes, like even on land and water, until I finally passed. I was super blessed to have the aquatic director at George Mason to work with me for a free session. The master's coach also gave me a free session. So I was really, really blessed to have that in my life. And here I am. And that's exactly what happened, what I went through in 2018, 2019, and now 2020. Olympics are coming up. Guess what's going to happen when Olympics going to come up? People are going to be like excited for a lot of sports. So people like who love swimming or who might be interested, it's in the back of their mind. Summertime, they're like, oh my gosh, I wish I know how to swim. So the women out there who might be like me, I don't want to just say the Muslim woman because it's not a Muslim woman problem anymore. I feel like it's a problem also for the Christian woman, the Jewish woman, the woman, man and woman who wants to be covered up. It could be a sensitive skin, rash guard. Like there's so many reasons why someone cover up. It's not just religion only. And the struggle is society's expectations and the mindset that comes along with it, the shower, clothing, packing, like all of that. And so how important it is for us to understand what people might be going through. Well, number one, we don't know if it was their choice or if it's not. We don't know what their skin issues might be. And we need to just have a welcoming environment to the pool. The water is like welcoming to everyone, right? Swimming is a survival skill. So that is exactly why it's, or how important it is for us to understand what they're going through. And that is exactly why I'm sharing this story with you guys, the struggles for swimming. So that lady wasn't the only one. I've Instagram stories, today is February 19th. It reminded me of another lady at Mason who also kind of like treated me, like looked at me and like, she was so rude. And I was like, so how many, like, how can you swim like that? Isn't it difficult to swim like that? And so this is like really a common struggle for a lot of people, like, myself. And if no one talks about it enough, if no one stands up for it enough, then it's just going to continue being the same. And that's pretty much like why here I am coming out. So as a being a personal trainer is a plus, and being a swimming instructor is a huge plus as well. And they're both connected. Like, you need to be active on land and you need to be active in the water to really kind of like get the strokes all in together. And the course and the blog post. So all of this I've shared in a blog post, which will be in the link in the show notes. But the course that I launched, it's a super short course. It's meant to be like on your own time, but you also have my support. You can ask me any questions about it. The course is on Teachable, which means I talked about the total body conditioning, why it's important for you to condition your body before you jump straight into the water. I talk about the basic strokes, so the freestyle, the backstroke, and the breaststroke that you can get started with on land. And then I have a 7-day workout plan that you can follow along. And any question you have for me, you can always ask me in the email. You can always ask me inside the course itself, or you can ask me on social media, wherever you follow me. And thank you so much for listening to this episode. This is just me changing gears within Be Fit for Akhira, me changing what I will talk more about, inshallah, in the coming episodes. I think the swimming industry really needs someone like myself to come out, to stand out, and to continue adding positive changes to this world. So again, one more request. If you can please kindly go to iTunes, leave me a 5-star review. Anything you want to hear from this episode, this podcast, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And remember to stay true to yourself, to stay true to your values, and to be who you are, and to be who you are meant to be. That's something I preach and I live by and I stand by, and I hope to never change myself and inshallah my brand. So remember to be strong, be fit for Akhirah. Thank you for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe today and leave a 5-star review. You can also screenshot and share this episode with a family or a friend. Be strong, be fit for Akhirah.